Give me your name and spell it for me so I don't misspell it when I put it on the title.
Okay, my name is Jack Foley. That's F-O-L-E-Y.
And your title?
Associate Professor and co-director of the Center for Actuarial Science, Insurance, and Risk Management.
Can you describe the center for me? What do you do?
The center is a joint effort between two schools at Ball State. The math department is in one school and the insurance program is in another school. I teach in the math department. I teach Actuarial Science. The center is an effort to combine the best of both programs into one entity. We've worked for more than a year to get the center going. We're very excited about it. Steve Avila and I are co-directors, as I say. We have a advisory board that consists of actuaries and insurance people that are professionals helping us chart a course for the center. Our hope is that, our belief is that the center will benefit students, the actuarial community, the insurance community, and provide a means for doing practical research in those areas.
Are we talking about two different things here, actuaries and the actual business of insurance?
Yes, the actuarial community works, many actuaries work in the, for insurance companies. However, many also work for consulting firms. So we have a varied background of professionals that are on our advisory boards.
Describe what an actuary does in simple terms.
An actuary is a person that quantifies and manages risk. The risk of dying, the risk of being in a car accident, the financial risks of those events happening. Actuaries spread risk over a group is what they do. And that's what happens when you pay your insurance premiums. You're spreading the risk of financial ruin over a large group of people.
So they take that information that they develop and they do what with it? Where does it go from there?
They work with the probabilities of events happening and collect premiums from the people who want coverage and pay the claims from those premiums when the contingent event occurs. And naturally, there is a bit of a profit for insurance companies because they take on the risk.
Sure, sure.
We're going to walk closer to the audio.
Okay.
It's not too bad right now.
You mean a little too much extra noise? Okay. Why the center? I mean, the Actuarial Science program at Ball State has been a successful program for a number of years. John Beekman ran a really top-rate program. Why bring these two together in this center? What's the benefit here?
The benefit is to bridge the two strong programs, create a bridge between the two programs that are in different schools. If the insurance program happened to be in my school, there would be less friction, if you want to call it that, in working on joint projects, etc. But given that they're in two different schools, we believe that we had to create an entity, the center, which is something that can be participated in by both departments.
How does a student benefit here?
Well, it's believed, and in fact it is occurring, that we are getting research projects that students will be participating in. So, for instance, I'm working with Millman and Robertson right now, who is a national consulting firm on a health project that would require students' involvement in it. student actuaries would be working on this, and it's just a great opportunity for students to participate in research, practical research, and get a head start on what actuaries actually do.
How does the industry benefit here? It seems like it provides a resource for them to tap into.
That's right. There are practical research problems that industry has that, because of consulting pressures or whatever, they just never get to. And it is our hope that we can get to, with student involvement, we can get to many of those research projects and benefit both the industry and our students.
So can the industry send people to the center? I mean, can you help train professionals in the field out there? Advanced educational opportunities for people?
Yes, one of the goals of the center is to provide continuing education for actuaries and insurance people in the future. So we will be offering classes, continuing education classes.
That you're going to be, you're not doing that yet?
We have not done it yet, no, but it's on our to-do list.
You have to-do lists? So what's the timeline here? When do we see? The center is brand new. This year, just starting this 99?
The center got final approval last spring, last spring. So the time, we are instituting our programs now, and I would expect in the next year or so that we would really get off the ground.
The information you get from establishing and studying risk changes constantly. How do you keep up with it? What does an actuary do to keep up with that change?
Well, the important thing is that you have a constant source of data. The risk, for instance, of AIDS 20 years ago was 0. But in the last 20 years, it has become, for at least some groups of people, a significant risk. So the important item there is that you get a constant source of recent data. Even if you're considering auto accidents, there's a trend in auto accidents that changes with time. The state laws that require seatbelts, for instance, have drastically reduced the number of deaths in auto accidents. So it's important for our industry, the insurance industry and the actuarial community, to have a constant source of relevant, recent data.
Okay.
Why bring these two programs together? What was the rationale?
Within the College of Business, we have an insurance major and minor. Within the Actuarial Science program, there's an undergraduate and a graduate program in Actuarial Science, and we felt it would be a great way to coordinate both programs within getting support from the industry and providing some great opportunities for our students.
Is this unique in the education field? I mean, are there programs like this?
There are some programs that have just an insurance program at a university. There's other universities that have just an actuarial science program. There are some schools that have that program within the same department. We have it within two separate colleges, and so this is a great way to coordinate both programs when they're in the mathematical science department and we're in the Department of Finance.
What distinguishes us from other programs? Where is our blue ribbon?
We are one of only a few schools in the country offering both programs at the undergraduate level, and then also within the actuarial science program we have a master's program. So there's students coming from all over the country and internationally for the actuarial science master's program, and there's students that major and minor in insurance. So we're very proud of our programs. Our students are competing on a national basis with schools from all over the country and students from all over the country, and we're very proud of that, where some of our students are only one of a handful that get chosen for these national programs and national scholarships.
Where's the benefit to the industry out there? How does the center help them?
The center is a great way for us to coordinate both programs, students in actuarial science that are going into the insurance industry, going into consulting firms, also going into help government programs. Social Security programs need actuaries. So, and then within the insurance area, they're always looking for good, outstanding young talent that knows something about the industry. So it's a way that we can provide outstanding quality candidates in both of these programs for the industries that are looking for those candidates.
In the insurance programs, Steve, are we like training insurance agents?
No, some of our students go into financial planning, go into the sales of property and casualty insurance product, and there are very outstanding opportunities in those areas. Many of our students are looking at underwriting positions, claims positions within an insurance company, entry-level risk management within any organization where Ball State has a risk manager assessing the risk of Ball State's exposures both on the property, casualty, and with our employee benefits areas. So those students are learning those different areas so that if they do go into entry-level risk management, they can help organizations better manage risk.
On the actuarial science side, students then are going, in fact, they're fairly highly sought after, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, there's quite a few more openings that there are students available to fill those positions, so it's an outstanding opportunity for those students. And Ball State is recognized as one of the outstanding schools to recruit from, and we look for students with good mathematical backgrounds that also want to study business applications and that enter into the program and look at the opportunities. They do summer internships and get great experience there with companies all over the country. And then we also they're very sought after for full-time positions, along with the insurance students where there aren't that many schools where students are coming out with some insurance and risk management knowledge. And so those students that are seeking jobs have good opportunity because other students around the country don't know about those opportunities within insurance, consulting, risk management, and reinsurance.
Reinsurance?
Reinsurance. It is passing on part or all of the risk from one insurance company to another company that you may not know about that transaction even happening. You buy a large life insurance policy or you have a certain large property or casualty exposure, and the insurance company can't take all that risk, so they have other insurance companies lined up to take on part of that exposure. Lincoln National, or Lincoln Re now, they are one of the largest reinsurance companies in the country, and they're just up the road in Fort Wayne, and so some students look for opportunities with that company along with other companies in the reinsurance area.
Why do students choose this kind of major and this kind of future?
I think two roads diverged in the yellow wood, and they took the one less traveled by. So when you look at actuarial science, there aren't a lot of students choosing that area, and they're very outstanding opportunities in the actuarial science area. And so when you look at the opportunities there, they're very much sought after, have a lot of opportunity. A few years back, it was rated as one of the best jobs in the country through the Jobs Almanac. So a lot of students thought they that have good math skills are looking for ways to apply those, and actuarial science is one of those areas. With insurance too, they enjoy the principles of insurance course and find out about what the opportunities are in insurance and risk management. There's not a lot of students around the country that know about these opportunities, and they can get involved in that as a major or minor, and then pursue the companies, and the companies are very open to those students that have some of that knowledge.
Financial rewards, they pay well? Yeah,
the entry-level insurance and risk management positions are very competitive. The actuarial science, since there's fewer of those students, they actually have several offers and at very high rewards in the monetary side, along with good challenging exposures in both areas.
Highlight.
I would some of our students are looking at probably $35,000 to $50,000 for starting salaries in actuarial science. In insurance and risk management, we could be looking at $29,000 to $36,000 as far as some entry-level positions there. So, very competitive in this marketplace with excellent benefit packages. And students always have a tough time when they do have multiple offers deciding which one to pick, and looking at the employee benefit packages too, and they also want to have a good learning and training experience, so it doesn't always come down to the salary. They look at all the different types of benefits and where those jobs are located. So yeah, outstanding employment opportunities along with very good competitive wages, and along with outstanding employee benefit packages.
You're brand new, really. You've just been going months now. Looking down the road, where do you want to see the center?
I want to see the center as a focal point at Ball State University, where a lot of our resources, and from the outside, that we have an identity. I go to different conferences and the insurance program has an identity. The actuarial science professors go to conferences and they have an actuarial science identity. But by combining both programs, people will know that Ball State is excellent in both of these areas, and we have programs in both of these areas, and I think that'll be a great focal point. We can have a website. Some different websites around the country have access to insurance and actuarial science program. By combining this, it'll be easier for them to find us and learn about our programs here.
Okay, I'm going to take you back to some things you've already said and see how, say them again for me. The combining, the formation of the center, the interdisciplinary offering of the insurance and the actuarial science programs, the combining of two different colleges. I mean, that isn't often done and isn't easily done because higher education is territorial by nature. I think it's bred that way. So you protect your territory and the discipline in which you're working. But all of a sudden, we're bringing people together. We're saying there's commonality here and benefit on the insurance side, benefit on the actuarial side. So tell me, how does the undergraduate, graduate, how does a student benefit by the combining of these disciplines?
I think the students benefit by both programs coming together, and I think I've seen a uplift in spirit as far as the students now feeling very proud to be part of a center for actuarial science, insurance, and risk management. So prior to that, you were part of an insurance program or you're part of an actuarial science program. Now, we feel very, we're proud about both programs, but now with the center, we have some outstanding identity, and, the students, are walking a little taller and feeling very good about the center, and we put together a brochure that we'll be sending out to high schools, to employers, to members of Ball State community, just to show what we're doing, and we've had a very positive response to this brochure, letting them know about our programs. Prior to that, we would have both have had to do something independently, which doesn't draw the attention to the outstanding of both programs.
How about faculty? How do faculty benefit?
We're meeting on a regular basis now. Prior to the creation of the center, we weren't meeting nearly as often, and now we meet and we talk about both programs. There's changes going on within the actuarial science profession. There's changes going on within the insurance and risk management area. So we're meeting on a regular basis to coordinate programs. Recently, we had an advisory board meeting that is made up of industry leaders and from both the actuarial science and the insurance and risk management and financial services professionals, and that was an outstanding day. That just happened recently. And we've also had a financial commitment from a company to pledge $100,000 to the center, and that's going to provide more opportunities to our students. Our students have a lot of costs associated with taking industry-related exams to get a head start within the industry, and we feel like some of these funds could help our students. In addition to that, there's national, international programs that our students can participate in, and through different funding arrangements, we can send more students to these programs. Last year, we sent 7 students to Dallas, Texas for an International Risk and Insurance Management Society conference, along with Gamma Iota Sigma is an insurance, risk management, actuarial science fraternity, and this is a leadership fraternity for college students to gain better leadership skills so that they go out into the industry and become outstanding leaders.
Okay. We're rolling. Okay, Dan, give me your name, spell it for me.
Dan Litwora, Litwora.
And where are you from?
I'm from Muncie.
Okay, and you're a senior.
That's correct.
Put your feet up there.
Hey, good.
That'll give you a little more balance.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you'll start.
Yeah, I'm
and
kidding.
you'll go.
Well, I don't think I'll fall. But
Tell me what you're studying here at Ball State.
I'm studying actuarial science as well as insurance. I'm double majoring.
Why?
Well, I came to Ball State to study actuarial science, and I took a course with Dr. Avila, and I saw that there was a lot of commonality between actuarial science and insurance, and I thought the insurance major would be a good tool for when I graduate. Give me a good understanding of what really goes on.
The center is brand new, so you've really not had a chance to really grow into this and grow up with this as far as being a part of your program. But how do you see it benefiting you?
Well, I see it benefiting me because when I graduate and I'm out in the workplace, people will say, oh, you graduated from Ball State. They have that Center for Actuarial Science, Insurance, and Risk Management. And I can say, yeah, it was something special. I was there when it started, and I'm out creating a good reputation for it. So it's a good opportunity for me. It's exciting.
What do you see it doing future-wise for other students?
I think it's going to give the actuarial science students an identity within the business school. Right now, I think we feel like we're totally separate, not really business people. But when we graduate, we're going to see that we are business people, and we're going to be interacting with people who have no idea what actuarial science is or what we do. And we're going to have to explain what our processes are, how we make decisions, and I think that combining the two is going to help us do that.
As far as combining the disciplines and helping the industry, you're going to go out and practice now. You're going to be a professional out there. Does it feel strange that you're going to be out away from being a student and now being a practicing professional?
Definitely. I'm just starting to feel the transition as I'm interviewing with a bunch of different firms and trying to pick a place to live and just making decisions on what my career path is going to be. And there's just a lot of unknowns. And while I'm nervous about it, at the same time, I think I'm ready for it. I'm well prepared.
Where do you think you're going to go?
I'm looking at Chicago right now. Seems to be a good city to start out in, and maybe move someplace warmer later. But for now, I think it's going to be consulting in Chicago.
Okay, so as a practicing professional, there'll be a point where you may want to take advantage of what the center offers to the professional out there. How can the professional come back to the center and take advantage of the offerings that are here?
I think that the professors here are going to have a lot of opportunity to do some research on the data that we use as actuaries, and also a lot on just basic insurance. And I think that we'll be able to use the center as a resource for doing research maybe that we don't have time to do or that we don't have the resources to do, and they can take this on and provide us with some useful results.
And conversely, for the student, then, the student and faculty have an opportunity to participate in research that is more beyond just classroom research. It's real industry research. Right,
and I haven't had the opportunity to do that, and that's unfortunate for me, but it's going to be a great opportunity for students in the future, and it's definitely going to be a marketing tool that you can use for people coming out of high school, and also for recruiters. When I come in to recruit for people for the firm that I'll be working for, I'll look at other places where they haven't done any real-world research and they haven't had the training that Ball State is going to provide in the center, and that'll definitely be an advantage.
Ball State graduates are highly recruited. What's the reputation out there? How easy was it for you to get an offer?
Well, this semester we had over 10 companies come in to recruit for actuarial positions in consulting and insurance. And on the insurance side, we had probably 7 or 8 companies. So the opportunity is there. It's just up for the student to get his resume out on the web, which we use through the Career Resource Center, and sign up for an interview. And from there, it's definitely, it's very easy.
So tell me about the benefit to you of your Ball State degree. Has Ball State been a big help to you?
Oh, I think so. I've had 3 internships, one with Nationwide Insurance, I've had one with American United Life, and one with Hewitt Associates, all on the actuarial side. And those companies have come to recruit interns, and they pay us for the summer, and we get to do some challenging work, and then the opportunity to work for them in the future. So I believe that Ball State's definitely paid off in that respect.
So choosing Ball State was a good decision for you?
Definitely. And I chose Ball State because of its strong reputation in actuarial science, and then discovered that it also has a strong reputation in insurance.
Okay.